Pretty darn hard.
Just ran out of racetrack.
Yep.
Then at the other end of the speedway, turn 1.
You know, Matt was already a little loose getting down in. It looked like he was really almost sideways before Tony ever got in there and got on him. Have to look at that again. Have these two guys had a little, didn't they start the year off this way?
At Daytona.
See those three cars back there stopping. They didn't know where these two were going to go. You just watched that replay. What did it look like?
I didn't see the beginning of it. You know, I knew Tony had a run, and you know, I just you know, at the start-finish line, he was still behind me, so I just pulled down against the grass because I was going to obviously protect the bottom. And you know, if he got inside me, I don't know how he did. He must have run over the grass to get there. And once they said he was inside, I moved up, but he just tapped me in the left rear, and then he proceeded to take a right and run me up the fence. So you know, if he was under there, I didn't know he was under there. I don't know how he got there when I was against the grass.
Two really good cars wrecked in the garage. Tony, you've seen the replay. You were there. What happened?
Well, it's pretty funny. That's the first time I've actually got to sit in the truck and watch the other guy in the interview, but it's a pretty demented view from where I saw. I mean, I got to run on him like he said. At least he got that part right, but you know, you can see where they start the camera view that he's a whole lane and a half low, and you know, you don't go in the corner that way, so obviously he's blocking there. And you know, if he wants to complain about me getting under there, I mean, I was there, and you know, any other weekend that would be acceptable, but you know, it's the next to All-Star Crash Fest, so you know, I think he screwed up on this one and thinks that if he thinks I did that and that was my fault, he screwed up in the head.
Trouble, Clint Boyer into the wall, caution is out. And Clint Boyer trying to fight his way into that top 10 in the championship, or trying to get a win for the wild card. His race started today on the outside of the front row. It ends in the wall off of turn number 4. He was running 11th at the time.
Oh, just not quite clear on Montoya.
That's what you were talking about there. We were talking about Jimmy Johnson maybe trying that for the lead up there. Boyer thought he had enough room to slide up there and just misjudged the speed that Montoya had.
It's getting too late in the race to give that spot away, for at least for Montoya. He's still trying to race for it. Like he may have gotten a little damage too.
Now this was about 10 laps earlier.
Well, they've been racing hard for a while then.
Yeah, it looked like maybe Clint had slid up in front off of turn 2 in front of Montoya. Maybe took exception to that it was a little closer than it needed to be.
I was tied up off the corner, and we fought tight the whole run. It just, you can't race around the jackass. You never can. Anybody in this sport knows what you're up against when the 42 comes up. He dive bombs the starts and you know, bullies his way up in there, and before you know it, he's in the way and wrecking with somebody. And unfortunately, I was a victim this week. It's just a shame. You know, we're out here racing for a spot in the chase. He's racing for nothing, you know, and I'm tired of it. Everybody in the garage area fights him. He's just an idiot.
You gonna be able to get back out, Clint?
I don't even care.
Oh, and into the wall goes Kyle Busch in the 54. Caution comes out.
Inside, let me see. Right side, KO'd.
The 88 and 54 had been battling for the 3rd spot.
On the right side, we're gonna have to come down. It's still rolling.
As dominant as Kyle Busch has been at Charlotte, now finds himself in trouble.
So they've gone through the trouble, entering turn 1. You can see they get together. As 88 tries to open up the arc a little bit to try to help his entrance. Gets into the side of the 54 just a little bit. Then a little bit later.
Yeah, a few laps later, you see the 88 runs down pretty low. The 54 kind of chases him towards the grass, gets in the right side door. They bang a couple more times as they leave the tri-oval. They're just stuck side by side, seem to be both getting frustrated being stuck in that position.
And then a little contact from the 88. Hit him in the back bumper, got him sideways. Took them both up into the wall. Like the most damage to the 54, though.
Into him, but it was I don't know why he started beating on me, other than I think he was just frustrated because his teammate kind of used him up just a little bit and then got away from him off turn 2.
You don't expect anything like this to carry over into the Cup Series on Saturday night, do you?
I would hope not. I don't know why he would want to have that battle. I mean, he wrecked me 5 times, I think, a couple years ago, you know, and put me in a bad position for those 2 years when he was doing that. So, yeah, I don't think he wants that battle on Sundays.
Like Michael turned the 7 car into the outside wall.
Robbie's going to try and drive this back. Robbie got it to the middle of the track. That's convenient. Now the helmet's off.
He may be looking for somebody.
You think? Matt?
Bill, I believe the car he's looking for is the Napa Chevrolet. Now, he said on the radio a number of comments as Michael just went by about the 15. Then he said, NASCAR, I hope you're listening. I will pay Michael Waltrip back.
I think he's going to try to pay him back with his helmet.
I don't know. Robbie really loves his helmets.
Yeah. Those paint jobs are quite expensive, too, Wally.
They are, Matt. You're right. That's why you have second thoughts. Okay, here we go.
Car with the helmet off. Record just got there now.
Let's see the accuracy.
And it's a shot.
Oh!
Well, I guess you don't like the helmets that bad.
His helmet at my car. I told you that. What's going on? Well, that's just rude. It was his fault.
Robbie used those same words in this race 1 year ago.
And, you know, I think that there's a difference of opinion there. Michael said it was Robbie's fault, and I'm sure that Robbie doesn't see it that way. Doesn't see it that way. That's right.
Okay, here's today's helmet tossing event.
Wow, that was pretty gutsy. It's like a bullfighter. Tony about to run over the helmet.
Sure he doesn't.
The trailer is going to be busy after the race today.
Yep.
Robbie obviously very frustrated with Michael Waltrip.
You know, Michael, everybody thinks Michael's this good guy. He's not the good guy like he actually is. The caution was out, and he wrecked me. And he's a piece of shit.
And we apologize for that language.
Tony gets on the outside of the 40.
I think when he goes up on the outside of the 9, or wait a minute, we'll see.
But you know what? What caused that? You got a guy that's not on neutral.
Wow.
BP, there's a big fight in the 20 pit. Tommy Baldwin, a number of the Dodge guys came down to talk to the 20 crew members. NASCAR officials do have Tommy Baldwin. They are trying to break this up. Huge altercation down here in the 20 pit, guys.
See the back end of the 18 kick out.
Okay, he got into it right there.
Moved him out of the way. He's got the lead.
Here comes Kyle back at him again. He's going to get to him.
Yeah, gave him a little shove.
Ah, the bump and run, the Bristol move.
Here comes Denny Hamlin right there, too.
Denny Hamlin said, my turn to play. I got a bumper, too.
A few moments later.
Here's the post race.
They're still.
Let's go down to Jamie.
Keeps leaning and keep leaning and just pushed Vickers into the tires down there.
The attitude kind of, what the heck, I'll let him go and then pay it off.
And I can guarantee you that
all clear.
All Vickers has been thinking about since he got turned by Stewart was getting in a position to do this.
Looking for him. Where's that 14?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is early. Okay, no, this is just now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Vickers comes from the left side of the racetrack, or from on your screen comes from the right side of the racetrack across to run in the back of
I probably had it coming because I dumped him earlier, but I dumped him because he was blocking. So if anybody wants to block all year, that's what I'm going to keep doing. So they can handle it however they want. But it was payback. But you know, I dumped him first, and I dumped him because he was blocking. So it's just. I've been complaining about the way that guy's been racing all year, and I like Brian. I'm not holding it against him at all. I don't care if it was Ryan Newman. I would have dumped him too. So if they want to block, that's what's going to happen to them every time for the rest of my career. Oh man, I'd love to lie to you, but it wasn't.
Don't lie to me, Brian.
No, I'm just not my personality. You know, I guess Tony told you that he dumped me on purpose, and I know Tony well enough to know he's a smart enough driver that he didn't accidentally drive in there that hard and from like 20 back and wreck me. So, you know, I don't know why he did it. I think he told you he felt like I was.
Felt like you're blocking a little too much too early.
Yeah, you know,
he may not have noticed, but the 18 was off the racetrack and was coming back across through the dirt sideways, and I was trying to avoid the 18, and I was on the inside of the car in front of me. So Tony was the least of my concern. I don't think it was an attempt to block Tony. But, you know, that's what he felt like it was, and, you know, he sowed his oats and he reaped them. So
when you have done something like this, you say you intentionally wrecked him, he says he intentionally wrecked you. How do you handle it from here?
We'll be fine. You know, it's funny. I found it ironic that our relationship started in turn 11 in 2004.
What happened there?
He wrecked me, and then I wrecked him back.
Well, so this is a repeat of history.
I think it is. Yeah, I guess, you know, just every once in a while, stuff happens. You know, I'm not a scatologist, but it happens.
Is there a growing anger on the racetrack or a growing lack of respect, you feel like?
No. I have a lot of respect for Tony. Are you kidding me? I had a ball at his Prelude to the Dream. I mean, what a great charity event. You know, Tony and I, you know, it's funny. Tony and I race probably better than just about anyone on the racetrack on a week-to-week basis. You know, when I get to him, he lets me go. When he gets to me, I let him go. I'm sure we'll be right back to that this next week. We just had a couple of things to talk about.
Well, look at that slide there on the 10 car.
And the 97 car. Busch in the wall, the defending series champion. Caution is out at New Hampshire.
One down already.
Oh, my goodness. But last year I said I think you can have one mulligan in the 10 races. And we can see the water from under the car, so the radiator is broken. He's going to have to go to the garage, replace the radiator, and get some of the sheet metal from around the tires.
Well, I mean, he's going to finish probably 40-something in points, even if he gets the car fixed and comes back out. So it's this is one of those situations you're starting off being in the hole. You know, your first race and you're already in the hole, and that hole is deep to climb out of in 9 more races. It looked like the 10 car, Scott Riggs, got loose. He got loose, and he's trying to save it, and unfortunately, Kurt Busch was up on the high side, and he got tagged, and that was it.
There's Kurt Busch already out of his car.
And he's headed for pit road.
Yep, he sure is.
Back in New Hampshire, Kurt Busch knocked out early. Kurt, on your way up pit road, where are you going? What's the message you want to deliver?
I don't know who the crew chief of the 10 is, so I just want to talk to him a little bit. The 10 car, we've had issues in the past, and this isn't the place to repay somebody.
Especially what's so involved here with this championship.
Yeah, that's pretty big, isn't it?
You can see he is delivering his message. Real quick, what did he say? What did he say, Kurt?
You know, the 10 just got into us. I think he just got loose. He had a great qualifying run. He's a car that was on the bottom side. He needed to get more room to the guys on the top side.
How difficult now, Kurt, using your mulligan up so early?
You just got to come from behind, so we got to come from behind every race now.
You can see from the damage on the car, a lot of fluid leaking from it. The Sharpie guys already at work in the garage trying to rebuild this race car to get back out to get some points.
Rodney, you've looked at the replay now a couple of times, talked to Scott on the radio. Was it just a matter of the car getting loose? Are there leftover feelings from the Indy contact with the 97?
No, not any leftover feelings at all. Just racetrack's real green, rain last night. This place just really slick after it rains, and just stuck down on the bottom, and there ain't much you can do except for wait for a hole and try to get up. So feel bad for those guys. You know, it wasn't anything trying to get him back. You know, when Kurt got into us at Indy, you know, he just got loose. It was a mistake, an accident. You know, we forgave him, and today was just an accident, so hopefully he'll forgive us, forget about this deal, and just go on.
I was in this shot. Great job, guys, down the stretch. Look out, trouble. Kurt's into the wall. Boyer's in it as well. And Kurt's getting the worst of it.
Like a little bump drafting going on right there. We're trying to gain the advantage. Looks like the 48 got to the back of him a little bit.
Boy, he almost came back out onto the track right there, and there is the view as Kurt takes the wheel off.
Man, look at this car.
Man, that was kind of my fault. Bill, this guys, I'm sorry. I was trying to bump draft him like you wanted me to. Tip 4.
Went wrong.
Well, it's just, he's trying to get a little bit of a push. They've been battling here, the Clint Boyer and the 2 Kurt Busch. You can see he just gets in, but they're so close. The 33 was down trying to side draft the 2 a little bit, and then as Kurt Busch comes back across, he gets hit again. Pieces start flying off. And as bad as this is, we thought this was the worst, and there's another hard hit, but not bad. We saw Kurt get out and walk away, but a lot worse was happening even behind this with Elliott Sadler.
Mike Massaro has caught up with Kurt. Let's talk to him.
And Kurt has just walked out of the care center. First off, how are you?
I feel pretty good.
What happened?
Got wrecked on the straightaway.
How did it happen?
Jimmy Johnson drove straight through us.
Okay. Thank you, Kurt. Obviously, Kurt very upset with the situation and pretty quick assertion of what happened.